Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. You know, in the world of muscle cars, this is truly one of the best. You know, they're legendary for their power, the old 442s. Not to mention their power, but their ride too. I don't know how Oldsmobile was able to engineer a ride into this car that made it different than, say, like the GTO or the Chevelle, since they were loosely all based the same car, but somehow they were able to do it. And not only that, they put together what I feel is an awesome looking performance package with the 442. Throw in the convertible top and this great color combination. I think this car is really a hit. So let's take a walk around for a second and check some stuff out. All right, so what I like to start out a lot of time is with the quality of the paint. This Twilight blue metallic, the white stripes really make it pop. And if you're out in the sunlight, it is really good looking paint. But come on up here for a second. The one thing I do want to show you is this is clear coated over the white stripes so that it doesn't tear when you wax it, that they don't start to fade and they don't disintegrate as you wash and wax the car. That's a very important feature on these cars, and make sure if you don't buy this car and you're looking out on the internet that you ask some of these questions, because those questions are important. Maybe not today, but a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, when this is starting to tear off and you have to have all this repainted, you'll be very upset. All right, so come on up here, check out this paint. You can read this like mirror finish. I hate to sound cheesy like that, but that's really nice. Here's what time it is, okay? There's my ugly mug in the, terrible. So, and part of the reason I'm talking to you like this is because I want you to see what you're getting in the video. You know, when you guys online looking at cars, just like I do sometimes, is you're getting to look at pictures and they're only going to show you what you want to see. I unfortunately am making you see this mug, but you're getting to see it in the great paint, so hopefully it's enhancing my beauty just a little bit. All right? Anyway, awesome hood for this year. You know, in the 70s when these things changed, the Ram Air hoods from the 69 models, this is when they really became a great performance-oriented car as far as styling goes, in my opinion, which is worth nothing, but I happen to love cars, so I'm hoping you love cars too. But come on, let's walk around and look at a couple other things that I think just make it. So we had the wheels color matched to the car like they're supposed to be. These are the SS2 Rally wheels. Another thing you forget to ask about, does it have radial tires on it? These cars did not come with radial tires back then. It's probably one of the best improvements on an automobile since the beginning of automobiles. It took the car from having a hard ride and getting caught in every rut on the road or on a cold winter's day with the flat spots to this beautiful, soft, supple ride. This has a nice set of Indy 500s on it, color matched wheels, new center caps. This W30 stripe's been added. You know, when you get these cars professionally reproduced like this one is here and professionally restored, you want to get some of the details done. Maybe it's not correct down to the last nut and bolt, but it's also not $75,000 or $100,000. It's a car that you can throw another couple in, go for a drive to dinner and have an awesome, awesome time. Throw the family in the car, and they're going to get to experience a time that you lived. They're going to love the sound. They're going to love the fact that you love going out for a ride in this car, and they're going to want to hang with you. Because let me tell you what, man, you got young kids or whatever, sooner or later, they ain't going to want to hang with you, right? This is a good way to keep them in the fold. All right. Anyway, so I got the 442 callouts here. This is an actual factory original Oldsmobile alarm system from the dealer, and still has the Oldsmobile emblem on it. And this is the keyhole that would go there. It's like a Coke key. All right. So we keep walking around the car. Those are the SS2 Rally wheels, color matched to the car. Like, check this out right here. The rear wing. This is just what makes a muscle car, man. This is the key. You got the right 442 bumper with the cutouts. Okay, for the trumpet tips. If you're going to do these cars, you got to do them right to make sure you get everything. This has the F41 suspension on it, so it has the big sway bar right there. All right, this has a 12-bolt rear in it. All right, with this kind of power, with 455 cubic inches, and this motor here has got a cam in it. It's definitely making way more power than it did from the factory. You're going to need something to lay down the power, and this right here is exactly what you need, because also buried inside there is the Turbo 400 automatic, which is the heaviest duty transmission you could get. So you got the biggest motor you can get, 455 cubic inches. You got a 400 transmission in there, and you got a 12-bolt rear end. You got serious heavy duty performance to back everything up. I love hood pins, man. Whether they work or they don't, I don't really care. I wouldn't care if they were just glued on decals. Hood pins to me say, I am a muscle car. You can't get hood pins really today on any car, and this is like the last, it's like doing wheelies on a motorcycle, you know? It's just decadent. Okay, so check this out for a minute. This is 455 cubic inches, beautifully detailed under here, and we've added a couple small things to it that you wouldn't notice, or you may notice, that make the drivability much better. First off, we talked about power disc brakes. Make sure you ask about that when you're looking at cars on the internet if you decide not to buy this car, which would be a mistake, but let's just say you decided, or you lost this car, okay? Also, power steering. right? This here has power steering as well. It also has a vacuum reserve canister. And you say, well, why do you really need that? I don't really do much vacuuming. My wife does all that. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. What that does really is it allows the power brake system to work with a car with a little bigger camshaft, because cars with bigger camshaft make less vacuum. And since the brakes operate off the vacuum system, the pedal would feel really dead, would not have a great feel to it. So what this does is stores vacuum in it, so that when you go to use the brakes, the vacuum's available and the pedal feels normal. It's a nice little feature, okay? You can see all the new wiring in here. This has the upgraded MSD unit on it. Has a couple chrome features that would look good, and then it'll get the rest of the air cleaner that we have here to finish up. I just wanted to get this car out, and we'll finish up with the correct air cleaner on there. Make sure you ask us for the pictures of that, and we'll get that to you, okay? All right, let's check out the inside. Listen, one of the things about these cars too is that we're right in the middle of doing the restoration on it, and it has a lot of things and parts that have come in, they're in bins, and we're installing them as quickly as we can. For instance, like this right here, this is all new console trim, heater bezels, dash bezels, and stuff like that, so when you get in the car, it looks really nice. The trunk is splatter coated correctly. This has an awesome hidden sound system in it. Here's a subwoofer back here, Infinity subwoofer. It's got the right, it's got a spare tire in it, and you say, well, what's the big deal about a spare tire? Well, 99% of the cars do not come with a spare tire. So let me tell you, that is a big deal. It's got the jacking instructions right there, and it's nicely detailed and finished in here. And I think that whoever gets his car is going to have a really, really nice time. Because you know what? A convertible with a great sound coming out the exhaust is awesome. Throw in some great tunes too. And man, I'd say that you are rolling. All right, let's check out the inside, because the inside is where you're going to spend a lot of time. Okay, and I have to tell you that the Cutlass cockpit is really nicely done. So here they got the 4-spoke wheel, all right, power top, the bezels we talked about. Now this is an aftermarket set of gauges, okay? We can leave those there if you like, or we can take them out or tuck them underneath the dash, whatever you like. Some people like the gauges there, some don't. I love the bucket seats. I love the console. Dash has all been restored, mirrors, carpets, new seat covers. Got the nice stereo that we talked about, okay? Got some room in here. If you wanted to, we could put a totally stock radio, AM radio in here, and put like a satellite radio in there if you wanted. We do that for a lot of people, and it's very inexpensive. It gives you, you know, iPod, satellite, AM, FM, little remote for not a lot of money, okay? What else we got? We talked about the power steering. We talked about the power brakes. This here has an adjustment for the subwoofer that's in the back. There's speakers all throughout the car, and the sound system sounds really good. Let's hear what the car sounds like, because that really is, at the end of the day, the most important thing. Now, I don't know if you heard that starter. That's a high torque mini starter, right? This has a nice free flow exhaust. Got a little rumble to it, listen. This is one of those cars that looks just as good with the top up as the top down, with the white stripes here, the W30 stripes on the side, and just the callouts and everything like that in white. It looks really, really good. I just love a white top, so I just wanted to see it with the top up. I'm going to go ahead and put the top down and finish up so you can see what you'll be looking like mostly the time when you're driving this animal. You know, we talked about a lot of things on this car, and I have to tell you that for me, in the world of muscle cars, this is one of the best driving muscle cars, period. With the big motor, 455 cubic inches to start with, makes enormous power. This one here is nicely built. The big heavy-duty transmission, the 12-bolt rear. I love the blue with the white stripes. You know, it's such a different look. You know, you see so many cars with red and white stripes, and not that that's bad, but this is nicely done. It's just different. And the white letter tires with this stripes on the hood and the W30 stripes finish the whole thing off. It may sound a little cheesy, but I think that's the look of the car. Anyway, throw in all the other goodies, and I think you got yourself a great 442 convertible. Anyway, if you can find a way to get this in your life, man, get it quick, because this car will be gone. Call us 301-816-1000, and we'll tell you all about it.